Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Let's Play Neverwinter Nights, Shadows of Undrentide, where we're continuing the adventures of the world's most bizarre adventuring party, which consists of a human sorceress, a kobold bard, a panther, and a Formian Mirmark, which is still following us around for some reason, even though I have a feeling it should have disappeared a long time ago. Nevertheless, he's here to punch things as our ally. And he's very difficult to kill, too. So, you know, not so bad. We are currently in a strange valley of statues. Who were teleported here by Master Drogon, who is now sadly dead, it seems. He was killed by a trap set in the teleporter, just as we were being teleported here. And now we are alone. He seemed to have every confidence in our abilities. I wish I felt the same. But we alone must stop the evil sorceress known as, I've forgotten her name. Probably should have written something like that down in my notes, eh? Herodis, that's the one. Right now, it's unclear exactly where the hell we are. It's just very dark, and there are statues everywhere. That's a manticore. Those are umberhulks. We've tried using some ointment of stone to flesh on these things, but all the statues, when they do finally come back to life, seem to pretty much always attack us. So I've given up trying to bring any of these guys back to fleshy form, because it never seems to end well. So I'm not going to bother. One assumes they've been driven completely mad by being, you know, turned to stone for so long or something, I don't know. Either way, there is a secondary path around here that I wouldn't mind checking out before we proceed any further forward. Ah, more Asabi reptilian folks. I think we should deal with them. Whoa, suddenly lag. There's a bunch of them over there. I think a fireball for you. God, they have such a loud, irritating death scream. My God. More of them over there. Oh, we've been knocked over somehow. Right, it's dead. Good. Get me out of this mess. Alright, looks like we've got him. We have some remains to loot, which consists of a bunch of bolts and nothing else. Well, it's a bit of experience, I suppose. 9 whole experience per warrior, but hey. Every little bit counts, I suppose. Alright, well, let's just go back. I was curious, you never know what you might find after all. Yes, lots of statues around. I hope we don't get turned into a statue as well. That would be awfully bad, you know. That really would throw a spanner in the works as far as our overall quest is concerned, would it not? Indeed it would. Some doors here. And, a hooded figure. Let us ascend the ramp here and talk to Thulsa Doom. I mean, the robed figure.
Ah, you have come to join me at last. Not the dwarven mage Drogon as I was expecting, but but I see you'll do nicely. Tell me, do you have a name?
Let me guess, you're Herodes. Oh my, I ask it for its name and it provides me mine instead. So you do know who I am. That is good. Now, since you will not provide me a name, allow me a guess. It is Vera, is it not? One of the dwarf's apprentices. And what's this creature you bring? A kobold? It is a kobold.
Deacon is bard to the great and mighty hero who will slay you. But Deacon mostly here for posterity reasons.
So I imagine... let's just get down to business, shall we? I was expecting Drogon to make it through my trap alone, but it seems he kept the portal open for you instead. Does that mean he is dead, then? A pity. Fortunately, you've brought me what I was waiting for anyhow. What a delicious irony. You were waiting for me. Not for you specifically, but rather what you carried with you. Here, allow me to remove my hood, as it would explain much.
As you already know, I am Herodes, daughter of the Medusa and sorceress supreme. I welcome you to my new realm, the flying city of Undrentide. Of course, Undrentide flies no longer. It crashed to the earth long, long ago, when all the other flying cities of Netherall did the same. Though Undrentide fared better than most. Be that as it may, Undrentide is buried deep under ages of sand and quite lifeless. It requires the power of ancient Netherall in order to rise once again. Power that you have brought to me in the form of the Mythalar. Oh, I sensed that it was nearby. I had hoped that my rather public display back at the portal ruin would bring it to me. And here you are. Now Undrentide shall rise again, and all the power of ancient Netherall that lies within it is mine. All of Faerun shall hear my name and fear me. And you, my petrified subject, you shall have the honor of being the first monument to my victory. You shall get to watch it all.
Mythalar is hers, at long last. What follows is the oldest of Netherese rituals, lost to time, but unearthed from the sands by Herodes, and now used by her to access the power of the Mythalar in full. You know that it is only a matter of time before Undrentide responds to her urging. The power of the Mythalar forcing the city to rise slowly through the sands of the Anarok, forcing it to take to the skies as it once did so long ago.
What's this? Oh, pretty statue. Go on, take it. Master Ashtara will be pleased with us. Oh, I don't like the feel of this. Fine, I'll take it. Here, help me with this, will you? Are you sure this is the kind of stuff Ashtara wanted? Is there anything the Master doesn't want? Come on, let's get out of here! Not without the statue!
So, is it you I have to thank for the collapse of our escape shaft?
No, the ground! We didn't mean for it to shake! We brought you a statue, Master.
I see what you brought me. Why do you think I haven't killed you yet?
You wouldn't!
Don't tempt me. I want that passage cleared at once.
Yes, Master Ashtara.
So, my precious work of art, we are alone. There's more to you than meets the eye, isn't there? Oh, yes. So lifelike, so unlike the stylized form that was popular in ancient Netherhill. Here. Let me place this collar around your neck. Can you feel that? Soon you will. It's a slaver's collar. An enterprising merchant makes his money in any way he can, you see. We used to transport slaves like this, as stone across the desert. No need to feed you, nor waste our precious water on your parched throat. Within the hour, you will be able to feel your flesh again. When that happens, my slave, come speak with me in the adjoining room, for I have need of you.
Oh, bugger. Is all I have to say to that.
Be grateful. Is there a statue? This could be you with death, too. Whoever you are.
Oh, the indignity of being kept as a slave by these imbeciles.
So, it appears you have become my slave a little sooner than I expected.
You first.
It's a pity, really. Statues are so much easier to transport.
How is it that you speak the common tongue?
Whoever you are.
The same way you speak the language of the Asabi as if you were born to it. It is the magic of the mythal that does it. Either it is still active after all these years, or its magic has been launched anew.
Whoever you are.
I'm not speaking in Asabi. That is true, but Asabi is what I hear all the same. For it is what I know. When Undrentide still flew, people from 1,000 lands flocked to it. Through the Mythal's magic, all could share their wisdom without hindrance. Slaves and masters, too. The Mythal? What is that? It is said to be the breath of life, the wisdom of ages, the sands of time. It is the magic that gave immortality to those who mastered it, and allowed entire cities such as this to float on air. And I don't have much time. Perhaps you do, perhaps you don't. The Mythal's magic is said to exist outside the very bounds of time itself. I understand as little of it as you. And if it falls into the wrong hands? Let it never be so, for to live in such worlds, such a world is not to live at all. Fine, but I still have other questions. Until my thralls have cleared the passageway, I have no business with you. Ask my slave, and I will answer as I am able. Ask my slave, and I will answer as I am able. Sorry, I language barrier, you know. I sometimes get the inflection of the words wrong. I am no man's slave. That is good, for I am no man. I am Ashtara, merchant prince of the Asabi tribes. We are a little more cold-blooded in our dealings, you might say, and you will remain my slave all the same. If slaves are your trade, who are you planning to sell me to? These clothes you wear, they mark you as not being of the desert. You would weaken and die quickly. I would get the best price in the gladiator pits of Anmar, where you could live out a short and glorious life before you die. Where are you from, Ashtara? You might as well ask the wind of its beginning, or insist a grain of sand tell how it got its shape. I am a child of the desert sea and the sun-baked sand. The dune where my egg hatched has long since become another. Who are these Asabi you speak of? The Asabi? Oh, we are the desert kin, the dune walkers. We were here long before your kind, and we will still be here long after you have gone. I don't know how else to answer for you. What brought you here to Undrentide? Stories of the fabled flying cities of Netheril have long been told amongst the Asabi. Some have even been found, and empires have been fashioned from their riches. I would build such an empire, my slave, and make all the desert fear me. 3 months ago, I gambled in a tent with a rival merchant friend. The two of us drunk on the wine of the cactus. Confessed to me that in the shifting sands he had found the uppermost spires of the lost city of Undrentide. What did you do then? I did what merchant princes do. I let him win at gambling, then tracked him here with a plan to kill him and steal his glory as my own. Someone, perhaps it was you. Perhaps it was you, saved me the trouble. Have other questions? I should not have told you my name. I already see. Already you use it far too freely. I may be a kind master, but I am your master all the same. What is it you would ask of me? Very well. If I am your slave, what do you command of me? There is no room for you to lend a hand within the passageway. Let my poor thralls bash themselves silly against the fallen rock. For you, I have a grander plans. We had only begun our explorations when the tremors sealed us in. There are riches untold out there, and if I leave this place without them, my rivals will lay claim them in my stead. I'm not a raider of tombs, you damn well are, Vera. That's all? You want me to fetch your trinkets and baubles? Don't be a fool. Would I bother to summon you from your life of stone for a simple fetch and carry? I have thralls enough for that. I need you to do what they cannot. Some golem maker long ago did fine business here, it seems. As they explored, my thralls reported 10 golems standing guard. I want this place to be cleared of every single one of them. And if I succeed in that? Will you have earned your freedom? Is that what you ask, my slave? Return to me when the task is complete and we shall discuss it. I promise nothing more. Very well, but I'm going to need supplies. Ah, now that is a loving whisper to my heart. Before I forget, however, take this key. It will allow you to leave this camp in safety. So, what does he have? Vestments of Faith? Plus 5 soak, 5 damage. Damage reduction plus 5, soak 5 damage. Cloak of protection plus 2. We already have one of those. Yep, cloak plus 2. Cloak of protection plus 3. 20. Oh my goodness, that's expensive. Grace as well, plus 2. We already got some of them. Grace as well, plus 3. Also ridiculously expensive. But we do have many things to sell. Many, many things. Yeah, we're gonna need that. Let's see, do I have any scrolls that I can't use? No, not of these ones anyway. Let's split you. Now, I must admit there is one thing that bothers me a little bit, and that is that there was those two doors at the bottom of the pyramid-y thing. We didn't go in them. And I wish I had now, because we can't go back there. Part of me is very tempted to reload and go back and see. But I may even do it, but I think I'm going to do this first and then save the game. Because, well, curiosity's getting the better of me, what can I say? Fairy dust. 1 GP, really. I was really hoping that'd be worth more, but hey. Okay. Ring of Protection +1. I will hold on to that, and the Amulet of Will, and the Necklace of Fireballs. And the Ointment of Stone to Flesh. Potion of Fox's Cunning I don't really need, though. Need bullets I don't need either. Okay. Potion of Endurance. I think that boosts our Constitution, potentially. What's in our magic bags? Alright, we've got the Desert's Fury and the Staff of Power. We want to keep them. We've also got Boots of Reflexes, the Great Gloves of Swordplay, the Large Shield +2, and the Cloak of Arachnida, which I think I'm going to hold on to. I just have this horrible feeling there's going to be some sort of poison-based enemy in the near future. I don't think the Longbow +1 anymore, though, because we've got this lovely composite Longbow +2. And of course the Power Stone we're going to hold on to, even though it's only worth 1 GP, amazingly enough. But hang. Cat's Grace I don't really need. Clarity. I keep forgetting I've even got that, actually. It's a useful bit of kit. Oh god. Alright, that's...
Your task is not yet accomplished, my slave. What can I do to aid in its completion?
Goodbye. Alright, so what I'm going to do is save the game here. Call it Slave. I'm going to load this quick save. This could even be dummy doors. I don't even know. I just want to find out. Door is presently barred from the other side, but shows signs of recent use. Perhaps will open later. There you go. Curiosity has been satisfied. Well, what about the other door? Curiosity has been satisfied, folks. Let's carry on where we left off. I had to know. Alright, so we are a slave. And there's Deacon. This is Deacon, the kobold, yeah.
Your task is not yet accomplished, my slave.
There are other things we must discuss. I need your help. Eurydice must be stopped. Eurydice, is it? Do all your enemies have such pretty names? Come, you must tell me of her. She intends to raise Undrentide from the sands. Ah, that would explain the tremors that have collapsed the tunnel and trapped us here. Alas, you have the misfortune of being a slave to a merchant, not a warrior. I will aid you as only a merchant can, but beyond that, I cannot help. If it comes as any consolation, you do not seem to be free of these sands yet. This Eurydice of yours fights against the weight of centuries. Time is her enemy as much as it is yours. was going to ask about Deacon if I could, but unless he's got any objections, I intend to free my companion. It's a good thing I picked up that bloody ointment, right?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Are you okay, Deacon?
Yep, Deacon is okay. But Deacon never stay still for so long before, though. It's always a completely new experience for Deacon. Oh, one time old boss tell Deacon to stand still. He say Deacon run around so much he drive old boss crazy. Finally, he cast spell on Deacon and makes Deacon still. It's not the same thing, though. It not last so long, and Deacon never worried that bird poops on him or anything.
Time after I used paralyze on you. How horrible.
Oh, it'd only be horrible when old master used paralyzed Deacon to pick teeth. That not so fun. Deacon got's question. Snake Lady turns us into statues just by looking at us. Yes? What we do if we meets her again?
Maybe we could find something to help us before then.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan. Deacon likes good plans. Does Vera Blake knows how long she and Deacon be statues? Deacon not really able to tell.
It couldn't have been that long.
Well, Deacon just wonders, what Snake Lady be doing while Vera Blake and Deacon be statues?
Good question.
Deacon was afraid you says that. We be trapped in Old City really far in the sand, and Snake Lady be out there. It's a good story, and Deacon just wishes Deacon not stars in it.
A very dark and scary place. Maybe Deacon comes with you again. So Deacon helps protect you, of course.
Of course.
Oh, Deacon has sudden chill. Deacon keeps quill ready. He'd be certain there'd be lots to write about now.
And so we are reunited with Deacon once again. Sadly, though, no word of our Formian friend. He's probably disappeared now for good, which makes me a little bit sad, but never mind. We're gonna have a little rest first, or not, because apparently enemies nearby. What?
You want Deacon?
No. Why can't we rest? Let me rest! Seriously. We rest here? There we can. You're right there, Deacon? Oh, it's not Deacon I'm hearing, it's these guys. Alright.
Kill you!
Right. So we're apparently wearing a slave collar. I don't see anywhere in our inventory, but, you know, apparently we are.
To whoever you are!
Okay. First thing to do. Hello, Colin. Hello there. It's been a while. What on earth has happened? Well, you remember when we met Eurydice up on the pyramid thing? Yes. Yes. I sort of don't really recall much of what happened after that. She turned me to stone and Deacon, and we've been statues for a while, and we've only just been made not statues, and now I'm a slave to that guy over there. And he needs us to go kill some golems, and meanwhile everything's shaking because Eurydice has taken the Mythala, and she's raising the ancient city of Undrentide out of the sand, and we should probably stop her, but unfortunately we have side quests to do first, of the non-negotiable variety. Vera, have I ever told you that you probably should have stayed at home and read books instead? Yes, you've told me many times, Colin. Are you beginning to think that maybe I had a point? Yes. Yes. I suppose you do have a point, Colin. Yes, well, anyway, I suppose we better get on with this, eh? I just like being right, you know. Told you so and all that.
You're such a help, Colin. Whatever would I do without you?